Morning everyone. Right, I've just completed this and I forgot to film it. But I've made it from the foam board that was cut off from the actual room yesterday. Do you remember some of it was covered in paper? And I thought, well, I'm not wasting the oddments. So I made the little box, the dog basket. Put her a little cameo on there because she's quite chic like her owner. That was the best dog I could find that I had. Little bone, if you can see, just there. She's got a ball, another little bone there. I'll put a couple of bones on the floor when I put her in the room. Another ball there. She's got a little bow in her hair. And I just, really cute. And I cut the front just slightly lower than the sides and the back. And I've made this. This is just done out of a little bit of wadding and a bit of pink satin material to go over that. And I like that. I think she's turned out really cute. So, I'm really sorry about that. But what I'll do is I'll come back and I'll make one. They don't have to be round. I was going to use the other one. But you know what? No, I want to make it. I just love making things. So I'm going to show you how to do that. Unfortunately, I don't have that particular dog, but never mind, it doesn't matter. What I'll do is I'll put this one up for sale. Might as well, haven't we? So I measured this and it's measured at 2 inches wide and an inch long. So all you do is, sorry, I'll get this in frame. Take your pencil, measure. My nib's gone on my pencil, but every time I shave it down, it's still loose. I think I broke the whole lead. To do that, you need 2 sides and a front. 2 sides and a back, and then a smaller front. Okay. So we're just going to cut that. Look, the knife just keep the blade. That's dangerous. That. Who passed them? Like I say, just checking to see what size I've got here. Well, that's 3, so we'll do 1.5. That'll end up. Oh, look at that! How did I do that? 1.5. We'll do that anyway. Never mind. So we'll cut an. Oh, I've got one here. We can take 1.5 off that. Let's do it that way. For it's easier. Okie dokie. I don't like the blades. Look, I don't. They're really awkward. Never mind. Just be careful. They can be extremely dangerous. So, we've got the sides, which is about that, yeah. And I just need the 2 inches of this, don't I? So measure that. Cut it with scissors, it's easier. Just foam board. So with 2 inches, 1.5 inches. So that's your sides. And then of course you need the front again. So have I got one with a bit of, not quite. And I want that a little bit lower. Now that might do. Inch. So we're going to do inch, 3/4 inch, and that'll be fine. Yeah, 3/4 inch. Because she don't want to have to step out of it, jump over the box. She's a lady. She needs to step out of it. Oh, God. Keeping my hands well clear. So, again, we need that on the inside. So we just glue that. And glue that. that. Make sure that's kind of squarish. Oh, I've got stuck up to my fingers. That's kind of squarish. That's it. Press that down. And then we need to put a base on it. And all I'm going to do is just use a piece of plain card. And this is the foam board, remember. Okay, and we just pop that on there. That's all right. So this is the front, 2 sides and a back. And we're just going to snip that off. Now, it doesn't matter if it's not neat, because we're going to be covering it, so it doesn't matter. Keep all your little bits, because they're always good fillers. Okay. Move all these bits out of the way. I've got glue stuck to my fingers. Okay, so we're all right like that. So that's our box, and that's how you make them. Well, that's how I've made mine, so that's up to you what you do. Now all I've got to do is to use the card. Now the birds are going the wrong... Oh, no, they're going the right way. That's fine. Okay, so all I'm going to do is start on the front. Go over the edge a little bit. I'll show you. Just so that that can tuck in. Okay? We can tuck that in there. So that's fine. Now I'm just going to do that now. Right, so what we're doing is just helping that stick down. Excuse me. Now, that's going to be cut anyway, so I'm not fussed about that at all. Again, that's turning the corner there. We just press that down onto that. Any of this can be trimmed off if it's gone over a little. It doesn't matter at all. Pull that back a little bit. Crease it there because that helps you with your corners. But we're going to cut like the V into that anyway. Like that. Now, yeah, I'm just going to trim that. Remember, that is the going onto the front there, that's fine. We're going to have some trim on it anyway, so that's going to help. Now, you just cut these like, the reason why I've done that is because I can find where my corners are, like that. And then we're just going to cut the V's, okay? Just slightly to one side, like that, and cut that out. And it just makes it easier when you're folding the paper over. And it doesn't matter if you expose any of the corners because you're going to put in a trim on it, and that will cover that completely. So I always say to people, don't panic. If you make a mistake, we can always correct it. Now I'm just going to chop that bit off because it's a little bit thick for when I'm folding over. And that needs to be cut a bit more anyway, but we'll just do that now. So just fold them out, trim them down. I mean, depending how wide you did it in the first place. But you need about a good half inch to go over the edge. The piece doesn't want to come out. See, like that. So we've covered the whole box. And then I'm going to do the front first. But because I've cut it shorter, it needs a little bit more taking off there. Just snip that out. And on that side. Otherwise it wouldn't fold. Now that can fold over like that. And of course it won't come out now I've done it. Okay, so all we do then is just don't fuss about it, because the wadding will help that stick anyway. Okay, so we're just going to cut that a little bit more. And there. These are things you can just trim up after, you know, you get the majority of it done. Fold that one in. And you see inside, because we use the inside, what was already covered, so it just keeps it neat. Like that. Fold that in. Like that. And that's fine. Like that. Discard all your rubbish. And we've got our little box. That's slightly bigger, but it doesn't matter. Right? And then what you do is you trim it up. Now, I need this trim for the miniature that I'm doing, so I'm not going to use the trim, but that's all you do. Put your trims on. I did one on the top. Let me just glue that in, because that's not quite glued in there. That's it. Press that down. That's better. Yeah, so I did one across the top, the sides and around the edge, and then put the bit on the little emblem on the front. But that's how you do them. And to do the inside was just easy. Bit of wadding. Take a square. Now, use one big enough that you can, manoeuvre about. For that size box, that size doesn't have to be perfect. We're doing this, right? Silky side on the outside, so all you do is, now this is how I did mine, it's not hard. A little bit, doesn't have to be right in the corner. Pull it over, wrap it on. Okay, turn it around just so you don't burn yourself. Like that. Pull it over, like that. They're just easy, they don't have to be perfect or anything. You don't want them tails hanging, do you? Like that. Pull that over. Wrap that on. Don't worry about this bit being neat and tidy. It doesn't matter, because when it's on you won't see it. I mean, if you want to be a perfectionist and do all that jargon stuff where you have to, everything has to be neat and tidy, then that's up to you. So, then all you do is you tuck, when you're doing it, tuck in them bits that are sticking out like that. Right? See, it fits. And then just drop in some glue. And the hair presto. Use a tool or something, I don't know, you just use my pencil for that. Doesn't have to be neat. Could have done with a bit more stuffing maybe, but there you go, I've got another bed. And that is how I made that. So I hope that's helpful. Right, now I've got this. I found this in the miniature drawers. I can't remember. I think I picked it up at car boot, something like that. Obviously, somebody's tried doing decoupage with it. And I'm not sure if I start to rip that off, would it make, would it harm it or anything? So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you how to make one of these as well, because they're not hard. I might not use it, but I may do. So, I have to make sure, sorry, that the fabric I've got, again, is this one. And I have to make sure that I'm hoping, yeah, you see, you can see that pattern through it. But I'm going to be putting paper on it anyway, so it doesn't matter. So what I have to do is to make sure that when it bends, it bends. So I'm just going to start and do this. Let's have a look. Let's get going with this one. I'm just going to glue and glue there. Lay that down over that. Take my little roller just to make sure that it's on there properly. Now that will obviously go that way, and then that one goes that way. Right, okay. Pull that back. Oh, my lead. Oi, where are you going? Ah! Okay, let's have a look at this. So it does have to have a little bit of give. Let's just see. So what I'm going to do is do it now while it's on. Give it that much. Okay. Hold that out again. Like that. I'll give it that bit of give it needs. See, there. Hold that back. It might not work, you know. It might not work. Oh, glue, glue. Where's my glue? Not that one. Wrong stick. Yeah. So let's just see if it will work. And we know that that has to do that. Well, it will. Okay. So we can still bend it. That's fine. Now, I'm not fussed about this side at all, because you won't see it. But I have to now make this fit. So just cutting off what I need. And don't waste that bit, because that can come in handy for a book or something. We never waste anything, as you know. Yeah, so all I'm going to do is just glue that over. And it's got a funny shape here, but I'm not fussed about that. Straight at the bottom, yes. Okie dokie. So what I'm going to do is cut the V. Like that. Like that. Like that. And like that. Let's just neaten that up a little bit. And then we're just going to glue that on there. Like that. Okie dokie smoky. Now this, like I say, I aren't fussed, because it's going to have a braid on it. So I now need to kind of cut around it, basically. Just snip it for now. I've got some little fabric scissors that hopefully will snip all of that off. Just snip that for now. I might try it a different way, actually. Yeah, I might do. Here we go. This is could be quite dangerous. I'm going to burn it into shape. That's it. It's just a little trick I've used on other projects when you can't get into awkward areas, but you've got the right material that you're using for it. So, because you do need to seal fabrics of this sort, so, and the easiest way to do it is to do it when it's on. See? It kind of like, and because we're going to use a trim, you're not going to see it, but it sealed it. Hey, Fee, sometimes you have some good ideas. Yeah, and that's fine. And that's going to work fabulous. And that didn't take long to do. You just have to be careful. I didn't actually think the flame was that big, because you're better off with a candle or something like that to do it with. But hey ho, it's done. Now, like I say, we're going to have to be using the braids. I just hope I've got enough for everything I need. Seal the braids off. I'm not quite happy with that. There we go. Bit of glue on just to get us going. Sorry. It's really hard for when I need to close work because I can't see to show you as well. Oh, look at that. Isn't that fab? Hi everyone. Right, just a really quick update. It's coming along nicely, I have to say. I have put this in like a fireplace, because in the winter you need to be warm, don't you? And in the old houses they had a little fireplace. So this is a miniature that I made, a long time ago. But it had the same trim that I've used on the bed, so that's why I've used it. And if you can see, I put the trim around the mirror and made a fan here. So that's why I've used that. My room divider looks fabulous, I think. Put little diamantes on here, on the corners. But I've hung a nightie over, look. And if I can find a little pair of stockings somewhere, I might put them over as well, just over the nightie, I think. The lace, look at the dog, she's looking really nice. I think we'll call it a Pippa. I like the name Pippa for things I create. The frill around the bottom, the beautiful vintage lace, and I had some thicker stuff as well, so I've put that on there. Some broader stuff. Put the cover over it, but not at the bottom, because I don't want to cover that up, it'd be silly. Then she's got a little owl, night owl, that her little teddy bear, that not a teddy bear, a little owl that she goes to bed with. I've done the cushion, the pillow. And just add in the same sort of decoration on as what we have here. I love the way I've used this and made a headboard with it. It was just came to my head and I thought, oh, do that. Now, this is not finished painting. I've got to finish that up and decorate it and put, you know, all sorts on it. The chair needs painting again. This unit I've changed and painted. And I do need a little rug here at the front. But apart from that, and the walls need doing. I'll show you when it's done. Hope you like that. It's coming on. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye-bye for now.